Hello everybody. So in this video, I will be introducing two more products to you, not sponsored. So they are called water-soluble oil pastels, in that they react like oil pastels, but they are water-soluble, they are not solvent-soluble. Okay, so one of which is a budget product. This one, the Mangyu water-soluble oil pastel, is a budget product. Well, this one, the Cretacolor Aquastics is what they're called. Okay, this Cretacolor actually is a artist brand, so they're like artist grade product. They're very highly pigmented. But from my little experience with this is a little less water soluble than this one, which you will see later and when I'm introducing it. Okay, you will see the difference later on when I'm introducing it, and then you can see for if you want to get one on your own and see which one you like about it. Okay, they each have their own characteristics, and they each has their own weakness. All right, so without further ado, let's get on with it. So I'm gonna do the Mangyu one first, so you can see we'll compare later on with the Cretacolor one to see. All right, so these set of Mangyu water soluble oil pastels, they really do react like oil pastels, and they only come in 24 colors. Okay, and they're budget because they're really cheap. Can't remember how much I got them for. Like, I think I got this set for around 20, I can't remember exactly, somewhere around 20 Singapore dollars. Okay, again, pre-COVID prices. All the art materials that I have were bought pre-COVID, so just a little getting to know just a little information about when I bought the products, so you can have a better idea of what the prices are going to be like now. Actually, for that matter, let me do a little quick look up Amazon to see how much they are now. Okay, according to Amazon, it's like around $12 for the set, a new set. So still not very expensive. Yeah, the cheapest one I can find is $12. Anyways, I will put the link in the description in case you are interested. All right, for now, let's carry on. So let me put this down first. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pick 3 close colors and test them for blending. This red, this one, and this one. Okay, so and this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna blend it with my fingers, and we will see how easily they smudge. Okay. Okay, so wipe my finger off first, and then I'm going to show you another smudge test. Okay. They don't smudge as well as a regular stick of oil pastel, but they do smudge. Okay. So we're gonna do the color mixing test. The red and the blue. And they don't seem to mix very well. Oh, there's that purple hue, it's there. Let me try that again. They do make somewhat. Yeah, it does make a little purple color, a purple hue. I'll show you up close. Okay. So next I'm gonna do the watercolor test. I'm gonna use two different colors. Okay. So I know these dissolve very well without even barely scrubbing. You can already see that they dissolve. So if I were to scrub, you can hardly see the lines anymore. Alright. Same thing with the blue. So if I scrub it, you can barely see the lines. Alright. So next I'm going to do something a little bit different. It's blending with water. So they do blend very well with water. Now we're going to repeat the test we did earlier with the red and blue with water now. So they do blend better with water than with your fingers. For this set at the very least. So I'm gonna try doing something a little bit different. Okay. So just wanted to show you how Sgraffito works in this set, because after all it is an oil pastel. So it does work very nicely, as you can see here, and it's gone over as dry. Okay, now I am going to try something here, because I haven't shown you how opaque these colors are. I would say that not all the colors are opaque. You can see the white is okay, right? So the red isn't. And the yellow isn't really as well. So what I do notice when I was laying down the colors here and here, that they aren't very opaque, okay? They're kind of translucent in the sense that if I had, like, let's say, lines like that, see, you can still see under it. The white's pretty opaque. You can see that it's covering up some of the lines. Okay. Yeah, they're not very opaque. The lighter color tends to be a bit more opaque, as far as I can tell. Alright, so these are... Oh, one more thing that I was gonna show. Okay. Yeah, they do mix pretty well, even without touching any blending or whatever. Okay, so this is as much as I can show you what the Mangyu water-soluble oil pastels can do at this point. Alright, so then there's one burning question. How light fast are they? I will show you towards the end of the video. I've done my own personal light fast test for this set of oil pastels, but not the other one, because they say that they're light fast and they're tested professionally. My test isn't really that professional. Alright. Oh yes, I forgot to show how well these layers. So let's do it. So this is ordinary art paper. Is nothing, there's no not mixed media paper or special pastel paper, okay? It's just regular drawing block art paper. Now you can barely tell the difference, but I can. About 3 layers, and that's it. Okay, this one is, the gradation isn't that great when it comes to layering. Alright, so about 3 or 4 layers is when I'm feeling like I have to fight to get any more color on. Okay, so now we're moving on to the next one, the Aquastics. So Aquastics comes in 2 different sets of color. There's a larger one, I think it's 40 or 60, I can't remember. And when I got this set, I was curious about water-soluble oil pastels because I thought, well, I know oil pastels are only soluble in solvents, and this is water-soluble, so it would be interesting to find out. So, and they are like really highly pigmented from my personal experience. Like, I don't have a lot of experience. I probably used it on 1 or 2 small pieces, and only because I was testing them out, and I've had these for quite a few years, like pre-COVID, and you can tell that, you know, even one of the paper is dislodged. Anyways, that's not a big problem. So they come in this size and they're arranged like that. So all the Aquastics, even the larger one, I think it's the 40 color ones, are like this. Okay, but bigger tin. Let me see if it says it's 40 or 60. So in any case, they're supposed to react like oil pastels, but water soluble. And according to this, they say it's light fast. Okay, equivalent to 100 years exposure to museum light. So according to this thing, if you believe that, and not all the colors are in light fast category 1, I think. Wait, let me see what it says here. Yeah, I think light fast category 1 is the most light fast, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so most of the colors are light fast Cat 1 or Cat 2, which is pretty light fast. Alright, even the pinks, which I don't have here. And purple, they're category 2. So I didn't do any of my own personal light fast tests here. But anyways, this is how it looks. It's a pretty small set. But enough color to show you how it works like. Alright, so we're gonna do the same thing. Okay. Maybe I should have never used that trick, but well, never mind. Okay, these are only barely smudgeable. Okay, let me show you what I mean. Like barely smudgeable. Put like a dot here. Okay, the smudgeability of these sticks are probably in the same league as the Lyra Aquarelle crayons. Okay, not very smudgeable. So you can't really blend them using your fingers as much. But you can they do blend. Let me do another one with a different red so you can see. Okay, this is red, orange, yellow, they do blend very well. I'm not using my fingers here and they already blend really nicely. You can see from there. Okay, and then I do my usual red and blue. Okay, now as you can tell, they're not really mixing very well. They can blend very well, but they don't mix very well. Dry at the very least, from what I can tell. But when I try to mix the colors up a little bit, like over here, you do kind of sort of get a purple hue, some kind of purple hue. Okay, so now I'm gonna try blending them wet. So they do blend better when they're wet, and I'm gonna try the mixing here. Wet mixing. Okay, they seem to mix, the color seems to mix together better when they're wet than when they're dry. You can see here too. There's a little violet hue because I used a lot of red here. Okay. Now, how water soluble are they? I know from experience that these aren't as soluble in water as the Mangyos. Because you can still see the lines here. I'm scrubbing here. And you can still see the lines, okay? You can be the judge for yourself. You saw me scrubbing, okay? And you can still see the lines. Okay, so now we're seeing how opaque they are. You can already tell they are not very opaque. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, I would say. Okay, now the white. Okay, the white, if you layer down, it does cover it up. So does it with this. Well, not really. If I put many layers on, yes, it'll cover up. Yeah, somewhat. So these can be a bit more opaque than the Mangyus. Okay. Next, I'm gonna try and do some scumbling and graffito to see how they react. Now, I don't have enough blues here to do any same form of scumbling, but I'm gonna use green. Yeah, they work really well. Let me do the layering first, see how they come out. I'm gonna use a different one. Oh, this blue is broken up. I think I broke it in a previous attempt to use it. So I'm gonna do a very light layer. Yeah, I would say the layering's about the same. They're about three or four layers, and I have to fight with the paper to get any more pigment on. Okay, so we're gonna do the graffito now. So you can already tell from this that I'm not at my max layer yet, and that's why I can cover this thing up. Alright, and here is my screwdriver. There. So overall, these are the characteristics of both sets. Okay, let me get them on camera first. These are the characteristics of both sets of colors, and I would say that out of these two sets, the Cretacolor feels a little bit more like really soft wax crayons that children use, but water soluble and slightly, ever so slightly finger blendable. Not very water soluble though, when you compare to the Mangyu oil pastels. Now with the Mangyu oil pastels, with the Mangyu brand, they are way more water soluble. You can tell here. Okay, they're not as opaque, but these can be more opaque, if you can see here. Okay, but they work about the same. As far as pigment load wise, I would say that the Cretacolor is slightly more pigmented, just ever so slightly. You can't really tell the difference. I mean, if I'm showing you this here, because Cretacolors can be rather opaque if you put quite a few layers on. With the Mangyu, you can put as many layers on as you want and it will still be translucent. Okay? With the Cretacolor, yes, look, the white can almost cover up the black line. Okay, and you can tell from here that pigment load is skewing slightly to the side of the Aquastics than the Mangyo ones. Okay, so now, as for the coloring demo, I am going to use both sets together to color and put together something instead of doing two different drawings, coloring two different drawings. So I will be coloring one single drawing with both sets, and you can probably see the difference or not. Okay, that depends on how it turns out, because from this test alone, other than the water soluble characteristics and the blending characteristics, you can't really differentiate which is which just from looking at it. I mean, I can tell that the Cretacolor is a bit more opaque when I compare this blue to this blue, because with this blue I can still see, you know, at the total saturation point, I can still see little bits of the white paper behind the color. For this one, I really can't. Okay, so I will talk to you again later, and stay tuned for my personal Lightfast test for the Mangyu water soluble oil pastels. For this coloring session, I will be using this Catharsis Neurographica drawing that I had done to demonstrate how both water-soluble oil pastels work like. And for those of you who know what a Neurographica Catharsis is like, you would know that this is one of the hardest drawing to make aesthetically pleasing. So this is the result of the Mungyo Aquarelle Oil Pastel Lightfast test. Now, before I review the results of the test, I want to say that these Lightfast tests was in no way done in any scientific manner. It was just a swatch that I put up on inside a document plastic bag and hung on my window, which is a south-facing window, and it gets indirect sun the entire day. And bear in mind, I live in a tropical area, so sun's especially strong here, and it does occasionally get reflected sunlight. Not a whole lot, but mostly shaded sunlight and indirect sun. Alright, so without further ado, here are the results. So this is the swatch that is exposed to the sun. And this is the swatch that I'm holding. Swatch I'm holding is the one that is not exposed to the sun and kept in a dark closet, okay, in an envelope. And as far as I can tell, there doesn't appear to be any fading of any kind for this set of colors, which is very, very surprising to me, because I would expect this to fade. And if I'm looking at the screen, it doesn't look like there's any, can't tell if there's any significant difference. Okay, maybe if I want to be picky, this one is a hair out of color when you compare against this one, and so is this one. Okay, so these two colors are oranges, and I was expecting these three colors to fade, show some form of fading, but it doesn't appear so. Okay, and the blues, the browns, so the browns here. So greens. Okay, so as you can see, there doesn't seem to be any more significant fading. So this has been Mangyu Aquarelle Oil Pastel Personal 90-day Lightfast test results. And with that, I am going to end the video here, and I will talk to you again in the next video.